You are listening or watching to Light Up Vichwa podcast. This is part 3 with Dr. Bruce Lipton. Hope you have watched part 1 and 2 so far. And please remember to subscribe, share, and please leave a comment or two. And stay tuned for part 4 next week, which is the last part with him. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
please
that
go ahead.
relationship issue was based on the program we got. So if you look at your parents and you go, are they extremely happy people? Are they the kind of, you want exactly what they have? And if I look at my parents, I go, no, I don't want what they have. So then the
Yes.
question is, yeah, but I have a program to create what they have because that's how I learned about relationship.
Excellent.
And so all of a
Excellent.
sudden you have to look at the world and say, if it's not what you want,
Yeah.
you don't go out and change the world. You go inside and change the program. And then the world will change for you because you're the creator.
Yeah.
If I'm creating a bad program, I can't blame the program and say that's a stupid program. I'm the one who created the program. So I have to come
Exactly.
back and go, wait, if
Exactly.
I'm creating a program, I have to change me to change the program.
That's so true.
And that's called, when we first started the conversation, personal responsibility.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
I can't make them fix me.
Yeah.
I can fix me, but I can't make them fix me.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a very crucial point in all the relationships which are breaking or are narcissistic or any kind of relationship. That is an extreme, and then there are
What's
others.
the divorce rate?
Yeah,
What's the
very
divorce
high.
rate?
Actually, everywhere,
It's-
not only in the West, everywhere.
Yeah, and that's, you know why? Because children are modeling their relationship after their parents, but their parents model the relationship after their parents. And
Exactly.
if
It's a
there was a
chain.
bad start up here, it's going to be bad, bad, bad all the way down.
Yep.
Until somebody says, stop,
Stop.
like I had to do. Like when that
Exactly.
woman said, you're too needy,
Wow, that was.
I had a choice. I could say, okay, I'm going to find another one. Or I could
Yes.
do what I did, wake up and say, stop.
Yes, that's
Don't,
so true.
what you're doing is not helping.
Yes.
I have to change me. I'm not going to change her and say, look, if you change, you will like me. I have to fix me.
That's true.
And the result, as I said, I got a chance to write a book called The Honeymoon Effect, which is how come when the moment you fall in love, there's a period right after where life is so beautiful. I go, because that period is to take the red pill.
Yep.
You stop playing the program. So what was the result of not playing the program? Then you were using conscious wishes. Conscious mind is wishes, desires. And then you started living from wishes and desires, not from program. And then you were free. And that's the most important thing.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much. I mean, amazing. And this is so, it sounds like common sense, but it's not. It's not so common.
It is common sense, but we don't learn it. So
Yes.
It's like there's a rule, but nobody can let you look at the rule.
Right. So,
and if you don't see the rules, then how can you play the game?
That's true. That's true. So are you writing any other book, or this is the recent one, The Honeymoon Effect?
The Honeymoon is the more recent one.
Right.
The next
Are you in the
effort,
process?
when I get to it, is a theory of evolution that's different than Darwin evolution.
Okay. Okay.
Darwin evolution is based on competition.
Yes.
Survival of the fittest. I say, what about the other people? I say, in Darwin, I don't care about the other people. I only care about me, the fittest. And so Darwin
Yes.
evolution says, you take care of yourself and you don't really care about the rest of everything. I go, this is completely wrong. Because in a garden, you can't just say, I'm going to plant one beautiful flower here and I don't care about the rest of the garden. No, the whole garden is a community.
Yes.
And we are flowers or plants in a community. If I'm going to grow, I need the bees to be here. I need all the other things to be here to help me grow. And yet in our world, it's like, I don't care about everybody else. Me, number one.
Yep. That
And
the
I say,
individualistic approach is.
and that's why the money, which is energy, money is energy. It's the equivalent of energy. You got money, you could do something. You got no money, you can't do anything.
That's true.
I say, where's all the money? I say, less than 1% of the people have more money than all the rest of the people added up. I say, how come there's so unequal distribution? Because in Darwinian theory that we bought as a way of life, a culture, we create a behavior based on a theory. The theory is, I don't care about you, I care about me. So if I make more money and you lose money, what do I care? That's Darwinian theory. And I go, that is a very destructive theory because it's not accurate.
Yep.
The theory is a different understanding. The new one is not competition. The new theory that I'm writing is cooperation. If you work together, we can create heaven on earth collectively. If you're going to work
Exactly.
alone, you're going to cause somebody to have hell. While you're going for heaven, you're creating them to have hell.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's not harmony. And
Yep.
that doesn't work. That's
Yep.
not a garden anymore.
Yep, that's so true. Thank you, thank you. So now I'll ask some of the questions for you, to you. Do you have a routine? How do you like? Because now I think you're in heaven, in heaven.
Yeah.
So do you
What
have
I
a
had to
routine,
do,
and what do you do? How do you take care of
remember, the
yourself?
first thing I said was, how do I know what my program is?
Right.
And the answer is, I have to stop and look at my life. I'm
Hmm.
going to say, this is a printout. This is a result of my behavior. And I say, well, what's the result? I said, the good stuff that came in my life, that's a result of good behavior. But the bad stuff, I'm not a victim. I created that just as much as I created the good stuff. So it's like, well, if I'm creating the bad stuff, then it's me that I got to change. I'm not going to change the world. So I had to go in and rewrite my programs based on looking at my life. If I was struggling, it meant I had a bad program. And so whatever I was struggling over, a relationship, then I had to change my vision. What is a relationship? Change the program. Okay? Change the way of living. So I had to go back, like edit my program, my hard drive. You got a hard drive.
Yep.
Some of the programs in your hard drive are not very good. I had to go through and get rid of these programs, put
Debug
in a new
and
program.
write the program.
And we can do that, but you have to understand the two minds, the conscious mind connected to your spirit, to your personal identity, is a creative mind. It can have imagination. I can imagine anything, and then I could manifest. If I can see it, I can manifest it. The subconscious mind doesn't have imagination. The subconscious mind is exact program. What I learned, program. And if I push the button, I'm going to play the same program between now and the time I die. You know how to walk? You don't ever have to learn again.
That's true.
So I hope if you have a good walking program, you never have a problem with it. But and driving a car, that's a program. If you had a good teacher, then you're going to drive a car without even thinking about it. It's automatic. You can get in the car, put the key in, not pay any attention.
Yeah.
You could think about, I'm going to the store and I'm going to get all this. You drive, you didn't even pay attention what was on the road. It's
That's true.
automatic. Okay? But if I had a bad driver education, when I'm not paying attention and people are watching me drive down the street, they're going, oh, that's a bad driver.
Yeah.
But I won't see it because driving is automatic. It's a program.
Right.
So I have to look at my programs. And the hardest part for some people is I give the same story, Shoa, for 20 years, the same story in a lecture. So you've heard it somewhere if you've seen me or listened. And the story is this. You have a friend, you know your friend's behavior very well, and you know your friend's parent. And one day you see your friend has the same behavior like the parent. So you tell your friend, you go, Bill, you're just like your father. And then I say, back away from Bill. The first thing Bill's going to say is, how can you compare me to my father? I'm nothing like my father. And everyone laughs because they have experience. I say, that's the most profound story in the world. For what reason? Everybody else can see that Bill behaves like his father. Bill's the only one who can't see it. I say, how does that work? I say, remember, conscious mind is who we are, creation, imagination. Subconscious is program. When I'm playing the program, and this is the whole reason where the problem comes from, am I playing the program? So I say, look, a story. Imagine my body is a vehicle with a steering wheel like a car. I'm going to drive it to where I want to go, okay? When my conscious mind is driving, where do you think I'm going to go? What's my conscious mind? Wishes and desires, okay? So I'm going to drive my vehicle to the honeymoon. That's what I want, okay? But here's the problem. This is why 95% is not coming from that mind, but coming from the program. Because when you're thinking, your consciousness is not looking out the window anymore. Thinking is inside. Shua, tell me what you're doing on Sunday what are you doing on Sunday? If it's not written in front of you right now, I bet you in a couple of seconds, you'll go, on Sunday, I'm going to do it. I say, Where were you in those couple of seconds? Where did you get the answer? Not outside. You had to think. So your conscious mind, not looking outside, turns around and now looking inside. Yeah, but if you're driving the car and you start thinking, you're not paying attention. I go, yeah, but subconscious is autopilot. The moment the pilot conscious lets go, the subconscious grabs the wheel. It can drive the car without you paying any attention. You could have a conversation with a passenger, not even pay attention. So I say, so what's the point? 95% of the day is how much we think. That's from science. So the point about that is that 95% of the day you are not creating from the conscious mind because it's looking inside, thinking, what am I going to do tomorrow? What happened last week? Who did this? You're thinking all the time. So your life is not coming from conscious mind. 95% of the time that conscious mind is thinking. So your life is 95% coming from the subconscious. And so that's how Bill, who got the program from his father, plays the program. Everyone else can say, oh, that's Bill's father, the same behavior. I say, how come Bill can't see? And I say, why is Bill playing the program? And the answer is, he's thinking. Therefore, he lets go. And now the driver is the subconscious program. But then how come he can't see it? Because when you're thinking, you're not looking out, you're looking in. So whatever behavior you're playing 95% of the day, you don't see it. Other people see it. That's why they say, Bill, you're like your father.
You're doing this or that. Yep.
Okay, so now you're ready for this? You ready? You ready?
Yes, yes.
We are all Bill. Every one of us is doing this all day long. We do not see the behavior that we're playing. And if that behavior, like from my father or my mother, was not good, then it means 95% of the day I'm sabotaging myself. And I say, do I see it? I go, no. Why? Because when the behavior was playing, I wasn't observing it. I was inside thinking. So I go, so why is it relevant? Because we're not living the lives that we want to live. We're living the lives we've been programmed to live. When we stop playing the program, example, falling in love, your life can change in 24 hours. Boom, heaven on earth. It was miserable, and then 24 hours later, it's like, this is beautiful, heaven on earth, honeymoon. I go, the honeymoon is always there. But to do that, you have to stop playing the program.
That's true.
But that's very difficult because in terms, they say that's called being mindful. Or they call it Buddhist mindfulness, meaning if you stop thinking and just stay present, so you're just being involved right now in the present, then you're not using the program. And if you're not using the program, then your life is being created by what? Wishes and desires. And that's how a blah, blah, blah life in 24 hours, stop, play the program. Next 24 hours, you create from your wishes and desires. Wishes and desires is honeymoon, heaven, joy, love.
So you have to be present and little more conscious rather than, in that auto mode. And you have to bring yourself out, whether you exercise, whether you talk nicely. Like, that's what I was asking. Like, I'm sure now to take care of yourself, you must have a routine and you walk or you meditate. Do you meditate?
Yeah, but I didn't realize I was meditating because meditating to me is, you sit down and you do something
You don't
special.
have to do that, right?
I said, no. I explained to somebody, I said, I like to wash the dishes.
Oh,
They go,
yes,
you like
that's
to wash
true.
the dishes?
That I heard.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
For me, it's unwinding
I put my hand
in the kitchen.
in the warm water, and it's no thinking. You don't have to think. You can wash the dishes without thinking. So there's a period of what?
Oh.
No thinking, automatic. I'm just very relaxed. The water is warm. My hands feel nice. And I do this. And then someone said, well, and when you're doing that, that's called a meditation.
Yeah, that is.
You let go of the thinking. And so meditation, I used to think was formal. You have to sit down and do a formal thing. And it goes, no, doing a job that doesn't take thinking to do.
And you enjoy it.
You're enjoying it because you're not, the thoughts are not running in your head.
Struggling, and yes.
You let go. And that's a freedom moment. And I'm out of the program.
That's good. That's good. Thank you. Thank you so much for all these answers and all the insights and all your experiences. And it's wonderful. So, you have actually covered a lot in terms of all my questions about you. And So your daughters, I heard you told me that you have your daughters, and
I
are they
raised them
happy?
differently.
Are
I
they?
raised
Oh,
them
did you?
differently than I was raised.
Okay.
I said, my brother, he said to me when he was raising his child, he said, the violence stops here. I'm not
Hmm.
passing this on to my child.
Right, right.
I'm going to read to my child every night when they go
Mm-hmm.
to bed. I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to help them and do all
Mm-hmm.
this. So when his children, my children, grew up,
Mm.
we didn't pass on the same
Same things.
program that from
So you had
family
to be
to family.
conscious of it. You made sure
Absolutely.
that you don't do that, right?
No, and it's very
Exactly.
hard because,
Yes.
as I said, only 5% of the day are you conscious. So
Yeah.
even being, I'm going to be a conscious parent, I go, yeah, about 5% of the day you're going to
Yeah.
remember, but
Yeah.
95% of the day you're going to go
You just
back to
go
the
back
program.
to,
And guess
yes.
what? Your child is watching you
Yeah.
100% of the time.
Exactly.
So the
Exactly.
child watches your program when you don't even know you're playing a negative program
Right.
because you're thinking and now you're just
Mm-hmm.
automatic playing a
Mm-hmm.
program.
Mm-hmm.
Your child is recording that program.
Mm.
And so to really be a conscious parenting, the first thing you have to go back in and change your own program
Program.
so that
Yes.
when your child is observing you, they're observing you in a different behavior,
Mm.
not the same one that you got from your family and
Family.
passed down.
Yep. Yep. Definitely.
I,
And oh,
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just need to, I need to close with, at least with this point. This is very
Yes.
important
Please.
because I
Please go
talk
ahead.
about change a
Sure.
program.
Sure.
I say, how do you change a program?
Mm-hmm.
I go, the two minds are very, very different.
Mm-hmm.
Conscious mind, I said, is creative.
Mm-hmm.
I could think of anything. I can just go, oh, I read a book and I said, oh yeah, that's really good. I went to a video. I listened to this podcast. I said, oh, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I go, where did that information go? I say, conscious mind,
Mm-hmm.
creative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But my life is coming from subconscious
Mm.
habit.
Right.
I go, most important point, a habit, if it changes, is not a habit.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Okay, so the subconscious mind,
Yes.
by definition,
It's
resists change.
change.
I
Yes.
learned how to walk. I don't want to forget how to walk. I don't want it
Mm-hmm.
to be altered.
Yep.
It's working really good.
That's true.
So by definition, conscious mind can change easily. I could just go, I got a new idea. I
Mm-hmm.
just changed my conscious mind.
Yep. Yep.
Subconscious mind does not want to change.
That's true.
So if you want to change it, you can't do regular, I just read a book and now I know the answer. I go, fine, that's up here. But did it change any program? You just read the book. You can give me, I could give you a quiz on the book. Did you
That's
understand
so
what the book?
important. Yes.
Yeah, and you can say, yes, the book meant this,
Mm.
and the book is
But
about that. I said,
that,
we got a
but
lot of knowledge up
did you
here.
download it?
But it didn't download down to
Yes.
here. Why? Because the subconscious doesn't change just because you read a book. The subconscious resists change, so you have to do special. So this is the important part. This is why I
Yep.
didn't want to just leave and go say, change your mind. I go, the subconscious mind learns in 3 ways.
Mm-hmm.
You want to change the subconscious mind, then you have to use one of these 3 ways. It's not like conscious mind. I can change it by anything. I could just go, I have a new idea. I changed my mind. Subconscious mind does not want to change, but it can change. But it changes in the way that it normally learns. So I go, well, wait, how did it learn? I say the first 7 years, you're not operating at the level of consciousness. The brain is operating lower. It's in hypnosis. It's called theta. So I say, you want to change your brain? You use hypnosis. I go, you mean I ever see somebody who's going to do hypnosis? I say, no. Every night when you go to bed, the vibration of the brain from active day work slows down.
Yep.
And just the moment you close your eyes and you fall asleep, the vibration in the brain is not conscious. You're conscious just you were asleep. But the next period of time is in theta, the same vibration that you were in 7 years. So I say, oh, it's a hypnosis. The earphones on when you're going to bed, and you play a program of what you want to be, a relationship program, a program to make more money, a program to stay healthy. I say, you put the earphones on just as you're going to bed. And before you go to bed, you might hear some of the program. But the moment your eyes close, and now the conscious mind is sleeping, the brain is operating at theta, hypnosis. So whatever is coming in the ears is not going to the conscious mind. You don't hear it. You're sleeping. But whatever is coming through the ears is going straight into the subconscious programming. That's how you got a program in the first place, theta. So every night when you go to bed, as soon as you close your eyes and fall asleep, you're in theta. And so whatever's coming in the earphones is not going to conscious, subconscious. That's called self-hypnosis.
Yep.
Number 2, because hypnosis works to age 7. But you can still learn things after age 7. You learn
Mm-hmm.
how to drive a car. You could play the piano. You could do all
Mm-hmm.
these different things. How did you play the piano? How did you learn an instrument? You just sit down at the piano and play? I say, no, I had to practice. You want to drive a car? I have to practice.
Mm-hmm.
You want to learn a skill? You have to practice. What is practice? Repetition.
Mm-hmm.
I repeating it.
Mm-hmm.
I go, that's the second way of programming subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Repeat something like a habit.
That's
A
true.
habit has to be a habit.
Practice.
I want to
Yep.
change my life, then I have to create a new habit and
Habit.
practice
Yes.
just like I would practice with an instrument.
Mm.
I like it because it's a new agey thing. It says, fake it till you
Oh, yeah.
make it.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? Let's say I'm not a happy person. Every
Mm.
day it's like,
Mm.
but then one day I start to say, every moment I can I'm just, my mind is free. I go, I am happy. Even if you're not happy,
Mm-hmm.
you go, I am happy.
Mm.
I am happy all day long. Whenever
Mm-hmm.
you can say, I am happy. I say, what are you doing? You're repeating.
Mm.
I say, how does the subconscious mind learn? Repetition.
That's true.
So every day you say this, I'm happy,
Mm.
I'm happy, I'm happy. And then one day you wake up and guess what? The subconscious has already downloaded, I am happy, because you've repeated it. Guess what?
Mm.
You wake up, you're happy. I'm happy all day. How did that
Mm.
happen? I made a habit. What is a habit? Practice, repetition.
Mm.
Okay? So that's a second. Both the hypnosis and the repetition
Mm-hmm.
take time because
Right.
it's a practice. Okay?
Yep.
But there's a new way of changing your subconscious mind, and it's the most important thing I can leave you with, and that is this. There's a new version of psychology called energy psychology.
Okay.
It engages something called super learning. I
Mm.
go, what's super learning? I say, well, let's say I take a book here, and I say, maybe you've seen somebody read a book by open up the book, and they read the book just like this,
Mm.
just
Mm.
like as fast as I go like that.
Mm.
They read all the words,
Mm.
so they can sit in a bookstore
Mm.
and turn as fast as they can turn the page, as fast as they can turn the page.
Mm-hmm.
They just have to move the finger down,
Mm.
and they read all the words. They can read a book in 5 minutes.
Mm.
Okay, it's called super learning.
Mm.
Okay. Energy psychology is modality of engaging super learning. I say, why is it relevant? Because in super learning, I can change the program in minutes, not
Mm.
days and weeks. I can change it in minutes.
Mm.
And I said, oh my God. And I now am involved in that. And my whole life changed. And I couldn't even write a book because my subconscious was saying, oh, the biology of belief, if you write this, all your scientists will leave you because you're crazy. And my subconscious
Did
wanted
that
to say,
happen to you?
it did. My subconscious,
Okay.
I got 3 times halfway through the book and it stopped.
Oh.
Like, why does it stop? Because my subconscious was saying,
Mm.
if you finish this book, you're
Mm.
going to lose the respect of all your colleagues. So
Oh,
my
wow.
subconscious was saving me.
Mm-hmm.
So the point was I did energy psychology, and then the book came out within a couple of months after that.
Wow.
Okay.
Mm.
There are many different versions of it. I just want to help people.
Sure.
On my website, which is
Mm-hmm.
very simple,
Yes. I will be
brucelipton.com,
sharing that. Yep.
under the resources, there's belief change.
Yep.
And there are
Excellent.
about 25 different energy psychology modalities,
Mm.
meaning they all work to some degree. So I say, I'm not going to tell you which one to use. That's the one you
That's
read
you
through. They
choose.
give a little
Mm.
summary about which one. If one of them excites you, then try it.
Mm.
Because with energy psychology, you open up, like unlock the
Mm.
system so you
Mm-hmm.
can download very
Download.
quickly,
Yep.
just like on a computer. I can
Mm.
put a new memory in, boom, in a
That's
minute.
right. That's
But I
right.
have to do a process, okay?
Mm.
And so energy psychology allows us to change our life. I say, why do you want to change your life? I say, look at your life. If it's not heaven on earth
Make
and
it.
you don't like what's going on,
Yeah.
don't blame the outside. We are creating this. Quantum physics.
Mm.
Consciousness is creating our life experiences.
Mm.
You want to change your life, you don't go outside and change the outside.
Mm.
You go inside and change the consciousness,
Mm.
and then the life will automatically change on the outside.
Mm.
So you want to change the subconscious, the habit mind. The first 2 ways are the way you programmed it in the first place. Hypnosis for first 7
Mm.
years, And then after age 7, you learn something new by repetition, repeating it. Both of those still work. And then the new one is energy psychology, because that one can do, the other ones take time.
Yes.
But energy psychology, I swear, you can rewrite a belief that is giving you trouble.